Welcome back. It's the Kovacs report, and we're going to take a look at Absolute Batman number 8. Very, very much anticipated Batman number 8. So, writing duties as ever by Scott Snyder, with guest artist Marcos Martin doing the art. Now, I love Marcos Martin's art, and he's done an amazing job in this issue. So let's dive straight into the book. So this is the second part of the Absolute Zero arc, and it continues directly from last issue number 7. So Batman's confronting Victor Freeze Jr. while Gotham is still under martial law. And this issue deepens the Arkham mystery and strengthens its ties to the Joker. And it also concludes the whole Mr. Freeze storyline. Now, this new Mr. Freeze that Marcos Martin has designed is terrifying. He looks great. I love the way he looks. It's more horror than science, but I think it really suits the book. So this whole story alternates between two settings: a tense confrontation in Crime Alley with Bruce and his friends, Waylon Jones, Harvey Dent, Eddie Nigma, and Oddball Cobblepot. Now, the other part of it is a brutal fight against Mr. Freeze in V-Corps facility. And you know what? It's what you expect from Absolute Batman. Now, the alley scenes explore Bruce's emotional turmoil and the strain of his Batman identity on his friendships. They want him to stop being Batman. They're worried he's going to get killed, just like Matches Malone, their other friend, who died previously quite brutally in issue 7. Now, in this fight, Batman battles a terrifying Mr. Freeze who uses cryogenic torture to try and freeze him, both physically and metaphorically, right? And this isn't like this sterile, cold lab environment. Now, Freeze is depicted as a mad scientist obsessed with preserving and tormenting his subjects. And I think that lacks a little of the motivations of the mainstream version. You know, he did it for love. But the battle is dynamic. I mean, look at the art. It looks fantastic. With Bruce countering Freeze's attempts to slow him down by pushing to warm up and stay agile. Now, key revelations emerge about Matches Malone's death. Now, Matches Malone was a childhood friend of Bruce. And in the first arc, the zoo, Bruce's father dies. He's a school teacher taking the kids to the zoo, and there's a big fracas and he dies. Now, he wouldn't have died if he hadn't had to go and rescue Matches Malone, which is the last kid that he was trying to get hidden away in safety into a side room. So there's that dynamic there, and Matches maybe feels guilty that, you know, if he hadn't have been mucking about and not doing what he's supposed to be doing, that Bruce's father would still be alive. So I think he feels he owed him a debt, which is why he's willing to help him in issue 7 and throughout the life. But anyway, it's pretty cool. I like that. I like that little touch there. It also makes you think, you know, does Bruce resent Matches for that? But I don't think he does. Now, Batman does uncover a terrifying truth about Arkham and its connection to the Joker, though specifics are quite vague. The issue suggests that Arkham's experiments, possibly involving Freeze's bacteria samples, are tied to the creation of new villains, with the Joker's role teased for future issues. I think it's going to come around 13, 14 maybe. Now, the story resolves the Freeze conflict with Batman surviving the encounter, but leaves open questions about Arkham's purpose and Bruce's next steps. The issue ends with a shift to warmer neon Gotham, signaling a release from the cold horror of Mr. Freeze's lab. But just check out these colours as Batman escapes through the building. I mean, it just looks great. I love what Marcos Martin's done with the art. Anyway, there is also one little reveal at the end, and I think that is that we are going to get Bane. I think Bane's next up, and I think we know that anyway. I mean, it says next Bane, and we've seen the covers in the previews of Bane, so this is where that's leading to. So, you know what? It was a pretty good issue. It explores Bruce's isolation, which I like, and as he distances himself from his friends to protect them. It sort of mirrors Freeze's emotional detachment. It also introduces a detective-focused Batman, like he's investigating now rather than just brute force going in with big guns and tanks and axes. And I quite like that, you know. And with that setting of martial law, it's more traditional Batman in the sense that, you know, he's a vigilante and everyone's after him. So it does emphasize Bruce's struggle to balance his mission with his personal connections as he grapples with the cost of his crusade. And the science horror tone really does redefine Freeze as a monstrous figure. I love the Arkham conspiracy, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. Now, just some more notes about guest artist Marcos Martin, with colours by Mustav Vincente. That shifts the tone to mystery, to body horror, using these cool balloon tones, which is contrasted with vibrant pinks and purples, and it creates a real eerie atmosphere. It really emphasizes like the unsettling imagery, particularly in depicting Freeze's grotesque experiments and Match's death in issue 7. So all in all, I think it's a good issue. There's a couple of things I sort of questioned. Like there's a bit here where Freeze says that he's got all these other people here and they're all rich, influential people. And he's frozen them for his nefarious needs. So why does he do that to Bruce? I mean, as far as he knows, Bruce is just a nobody, right? He's got no reason to freeze Bruce. I mean, he killed Matches. Why not kill Bruce? But that I guess it's to force the plot so he can escape and we can get the fight. But all in all, it's not a bad book. It's definitely, in my opinion, getting better. I didn't like the way it started, but then again, those are my thoughts. Let me know yours, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. And before you go, hit that subscribe button. It will really help me out. And if you like the video, smash the like button too. Take care.